Some people exist. When their names are mentioned, knowledge does not increase. Some people exist. When their names are mentioned, one reaches a depth beyond depth, a bottomless point. Sentences grow heavier. Words shift from state to state. A person hesitates for a moment with unease before speaking these names, because those names do not leave behind an ordinary legacy. What they leave behind is of a kind that changes the measure of the mind. It is precisely one of these names that Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi has been, leaving the same effect for centuries, an exceptional effect that bound his admirers to him with fascination and did not leave even his opponents at ease. Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi was born in 1165 in Murcia, Andalusia, and died in 1240 in Damascus. He is one of the most influential and most controversial Sufi philosophers in the history of Islamic thought. Throughout his life, he lived across a wide geography from Andalusia to North Africa, from Mecca to Anatolia. These journeys nourished his thought with both the metaphysical depth of the East and the rational legacy of the West. He is best known for the concept of Wahdat al-Wujud. He argues that existence is in truth one, and that multiplicity is merely an appearance. It is precisely this point that makes him controversial. While some see him as the pinnacle of Islamic thought, Sheikh al-Akbar, meaning the greatest master, others have accused him of heresy by misunderstanding his symbolic and profound language. Ibn Arabi does not speak plainly. He writes in codes, speaks through metaphors, and wishes to be understood not by reason, but by unveiling. For this reason, he is dangerous for the superficial reader and shattering for the deep reader. He changed the course of Sufism in the East and, indirectly, influenced philosophy and mysticism in the West. In short, Ibn Arabi is either not loved at all or passionately defended. There is no middle ground. This is clear proof that he is not an ordinary thinker, but a transformative one. In this context, what is strange is this: whoever reads him and tries to understand him can never remain the same from the moment they read him. And what is shocking is this: Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi challenged not only his own era, but even the horizons of those who came centuries after him. So much so that even the greatest minds before him either became filled with admiration or withdrew themselves. Because encountering him was not merely encountering an idea, it was confronting one's own limits. The greatness of Ibn al-Arabi does not lie in saying many things. It lies in the fact that what he says is not easy to carry. It was not a burden everyone could bear. For centuries, hundreds of commentaries were written in his name. There were those who spent a lifetime trying to understand him. Some said, the clearest language of truth. Others branded it as transgression. But no one could deny this. This mind was not ordinary. And precisely for this reason, as the number of those trying to understand him increased, the controversies did not diminish. On the contrary, they flared up even more. What must be known is this: Ibn al-Arabi was one of the rare examples who showed that knowledge is not merely memorized, but lived. He did not repeat what he read. He surpassed what he read again and again. Although his words appear simple on the surface, in the depths, they take on meanings that shake a person. For this reason, his texts are not read only once. Each time they are read, another layer opens. Therefore, to understand Ibn al-Arabi, one needs an Ibn al-Arabi dictionary. Do you know what happens at the point that renders him meaningless? It is precisely here that people split into two: those who continue with him, and those who stop and remain here. Those who love him see a divine order, a flawless wholeness in his thoughts. And those who oppose him, even they unite at this point. This order is not randomly constructed. Ibn al-Arabi does not use knowledge as a power. He does not show off, but he transforms every field he touches. Human, cosmos, God, time, imagination. All find new meaning in his language, and this transformation inevitably leads the person who reads him, who tries to understand him, to this question: if this is true, what have I misunderstood until today? For this reason, his narrations were not for everyone, nor were they to be read hastily. Some people give up after a few pages. Some are filled with admiration, and some can never think the same way again. And this effect is not a coincidence. So what was this effect? Ibn Arabi does not describe knowledge by saying, "It was taught to me." He goes further and says this, "It was shown to me." This expression was by no means innocent. It was an extremely radical stance regarding the source of knowledge. And this stance separated him from the classical type of scholar. What he wrote was not theory, it was experience. And he expressed experience as follows. Experience, in the hands of one who is not qualified, is the most dangerous knowledge. For this reason, he writes some things openly, leaves some deliberately obscure, and does not write some at all. This is a conscious choice. In Sufism, this is called katm al-sirr. Not hiding knowledge, but protecting those who cannot carry knowledge. And this is exactly where the mystery begins. And a person can never escape this question: if so much has been concealed, how deep are the things that are open? The works of Ibn al-Arabi were, for centuries, either hidden or opened only to certain circles. Some were lost. The existence of some is known, but they are inaccessible. Even in the West, serious studies were conducted on Ibn al-Arabi. Even the most disciplined academics were forced to accept the consistency in his system of thought. But still, this reality did not change. This person did not wish to be easily understood, because he did not speak to everyone. Thus, trying to understand him is not getting to know a thinker, it is testing the limits of one's own perception. And let me say the most disturbing possibility as well. If we struggle to understand him, the problem is not in his words, but in our limits. In what follows, there will be unknown and concealed knowledge, of this ocean of learning filled with mystery and enigmatic events. If you want to know and understand this mysterious person, do not forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so that you will be the first to hear about our new videos. For now, take very good care of yourselves. Stay healthy, happy, and stay on the mysterious train.